Hey everyone, so today I wanted to try out Nightfall. Nocturne is one of my favorite champions in League, but for some reason when Nightfall came out, I never really liked the concept, and was salty that they tied Nocturne to it, and just never ended up giving the deck a chance. But I've seen it like a few times in like the last week on ladder, and I was just thinking about it and figured that maybe now is the time to try it out. So I'm by no means an expert at this deck. I've probably played it like a couple times in like the whole year or whatever it's been out. But I did have a lot of fun learning the deck. So first of all, the Nightfall keyword means that the card gets an extra like bonus effect if it's not the first card played in a turn. So it's like the opposite of Daybreak in a way, where Daybreak is the first card you play in that turn, and Nightfall is anything after that. So the Nightfall champions are Nocturne and Diana. And so how Diana works is that if you activate Nightfall on her, she actually gets Challenger for the round. And then once she levels up, every time you play another Nightfall unit, she gets +2 attack and Challenger. So once she's leveled up, if you play a single one other Nightfall unit, she becomes a 5/3 with Challenger and quick attack obviously, so she can just like assassinate things for free. And she can get really big, because you can sometimes play a lot of Nightfall units in a turn. And so for the most part though, she's just removing things and getting free assassinations on things until you level up Nocturne. And so Nocturne, when you Nightfall him, you grant an enemy vulnerable and give all enemies -1 attack this round, which is pretty good for him because he's fearsome. But it also works on these Stygian onlookers that get fearsome. But the cool thing is that once you level him up, every single time you play a unit after that, you use the effect again, and so everything on the board gets -1 attack for every single unit you play. And again, this deck has a lot of little cheap units, you can play quite a bit in a turn sometimes. But on top of that, he has this aura effect where he gives everything on the board fearsome. So you can basically make their entire board really low attack so they can't block fearsome units, and then you make your entire board fearsome. And you can pull off some crazy amount of damage. And so because of how Nightfall works, you're going to need activators for a lot of these cards. So an activator in this deck will be a cheap card that you can play first in a round, which will then activate all the other Nightfall effects. So one of the activators can be Fading Memories. It's a 0 mana burst speed spell where you pick a follower and create an ephemeral copy of it. You can sometimes use it on enemy units if they have some really good effects. But a lot of times you're just using it on one of your units. A lot of time I think I use it on Stygian Onlooker, unless you think they're going to have a ping like Pokestick or Make Rain or something like that. This is a really cheap way to get in a lot of damage, because when he gets Nightfall triggered, he gets up to 4 attack and fearsome. So yeah, it's a free way to be able to trigger Nightfall. I actually experimented with more Heavens Align, but sometimes it can really brick your hand and it can feel kind of awkward. I mean, it's not showing it here, sorry, but what Heavens Align does is that when you play it first in a turn, like you activate the Daybreak effect on it, you get a random Nightfall card in your hand. And if you trigger the Nightfall effect, you get a random Daybreak card in your hand. And so for this deck, you don't really ever want the Daybreak units. I feel like you can get a lot of awkward ones. Like sometimes it can be okay, but for the most part, you're going to want to use this first in a turn to get you a Nightfall card. And just sometimes it felt really awkward, and so I ended up cutting these and adding in more Solari Soldiers. But it's not a bad card, and if you could find a way to fit more of them, you could experiment with that like I did, because it does allow you to get a really cheap activator and get you more cards. And sometimes you can get some good Nightfall units that aren't really in the deck, like the Cloven card I think it is. It's like a pretty big Overwhelm unit that also stuns something. Kind of expensive, but it can be a pretty good top end card for Nightfall. And the main activator I think is Lunari Dustbringer for the deck. So she's cheap herself, so you can play her as just a 1 mana unit that triggers Nightfall for everything you play after that. But also she gives you this Dust Petal Dusk spell card. It's a 1 mana spell that actually reduces the cost by 1 of your next Nightfall unit. It's actually kind of cool because it allows you to play some like cheap Nightfalls like Stygian Onlooker for actually spell mana. But it's basically just a cheap little way to activate Nightfall, right? Then Solari Soldier is also kind of a good way to trigger Nightfall. Because it's Daybreak, it actually gets played as a 3/3. And a lot of times people don't want to block this because they'll get a bad trade with it early. And it's also pretty good on defense as well. This makes it a good cheap activator. Onlooker is usually not an activator because you really want the Nightfall effect, so this can be 4 attack and fearsome, and it's a really good way to get a lot of damage in. Especially if they don't have any pings in their deck to get rid of this, like Pokestick or Make Rain and stuff like that. You can get crazy amount of damage. And you can be spamming these with memories, right, and the Stalking Shadows, which we'll get to in a bit. Then we have the Flight. It's a cheap way to activate Nightfall, obviously, but it can get in some damage because it's elusive and also lets you draw. Shadestalker, pretty simple unit, good stats and gets elusive if you Nightfall activate it. Hail Cascade can be protection from removal, also push a little bit extra damage, and also draws you if you have Nightfall. Sky Shadow can actually get in quite a bit of damage if you're not against a lot of things that can ping 1 health, because 3 attack is pretty decent. It also gives you 2 free spell mana if you behold the Nightfall card, so it makes this card kind of free in a way. So On to Dusk draws you 1 no matter what, But if you activate Nightfall, you actually get to activate an ally's Nightfall effect again, ignoring any targeted portions. You wouldn't be able to get the vulnerable part of Nocturne, for example, but you'd still give all enemies -1. So you can use it on Stygian Onlooker to give it an extra +2 attack, on Crescent Guardian to give it an extra 2 attack and be up to 7, but usually you're going to want to use it on Doom Beast so you can keep draining 2 from the enemy nexus. And then Stalking Shadows feels kinda awkward after the nerf, but it's also why we run cards like Sky Shadows, I think. You pick a follower from the top 4 cards in your deck, then you draw it, but also create an exact ephemeral copy of it. So it's like really good for even more Doom Beasts. It's also really good on Stygian Onlooker. You can get like 8 damage fearsome for just 2 mana, well I mean, plus the Stalking Shadows mana. But for really cheap you can just play like 8 damage worth of fearsome. And yeah, so there's a few different ways I've seen this built. I'm not exactly sure this is the best one. I've seen some people actually run this Cygnus card, Cygnus the Moonstalker. So when it's Nightfall, you actually give him and an ally elusive. So it's really good on like a champion like Diana or whatever, or like a Crescent Guardian. You can just get in some crazy amount of elusive damage and finish the game off that way. You could also run more Crescent Guardians, which I actually kind of want to do, I just don't really know how to fit it. But I think this is one of the really good ways to end the game. And I got a couple Cloven Ways by accident off of, I think, Heaven's Aligned. And the card actually felt really good. Like I know it's kind of expensive, but what you can do is you can actually use this on defense and stun an enemy. And if it's a follower, it's also stun on the next turn for you to be aggressive. It's a pretty good stat line to get in some damage, 5-4 overwhelm. You can usually survive and maybe get even another attack after that. I don't know if it's good enough to main deck, but it definitely was good when I would create this, so maybe it's considerable. I'm not sure exactly how good this deck is. It definitely is not tier 1, I'll say that for sure. But I have heard that a couple people actually did get masters with it, even in this season, which has been really toxic for me, and I haven't really wanted to put the time in to climb because of all the really annoying Shellfolk decks. And so I've seen a couple, I think 2 people, at least 1 person get masters with this. Not necessarily this exact list, but Nightfall. So I think if you put the time in to like learn this deck, it probably is pretty decent. And I really just love Nocturne. I think some of the plays you can set up with Nocturne are just so fun. He's like an OP frenzied skitterer, right? The one thing I just wished about this deck is that I really wish they would not tie Nocturne to Nightfall. Like I really wish his ability was you've attacked with 5+ Nightfall or fearsome allies. Because I would probably like main fearsome decks if Nocturne actually synergized just straight up with fearsome allies, instead of having to only be with Nightfall. I think that would just be so fun. And hopefully they'll consider that in the future. I'm not super optimistic about that, but man, it'd be so cool to play Nocturne in different ways. You could just like play him with Elise or Callista or something like that. And oh man, that'd be so fun. Yeah, that's about it. If you guys haven't subscribed already, I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe. Maybe even like the video, everything helps out. If you want to see me play anything in the near future, you can leave a comment below. I make a Runeterra video every single day, so the extra ideas are definitely useful. And I hope you guys like it. Thanks. Zoe Lee. Let's see what we can do. Kinda rather get this later. I'm kinda down to keep this if I can get like, yeah, Deathbringer. Now we can do this on 2. Pretty good, I think. Oh, no Zoe?
They forced us to choose death or the blade.
Hopefully no
Temperamental as moonlight.
hopefully no Eye of the Dragon.
It's our time.
Okay, 4 damage. I mean, I guess actually maybe I'm supposed to get this damage in. Like, play more aggressive.
Night flowers upon my blade.
Well, I didn't think about that. Nah. Kinda sucks that this is like fearsome. If that was like a 2-2, imagine like, holy shit. Okay, we got down quite a bit of health though. Let's overwhelm on this, it can start getting scary. Yeah. Like, he doesn't have that many units, we might be able to just like drag it off to the side with a Nocturne. I think Elusive's good. I feel like he may have Challenger again, so I'm kind of down to pass. I feel like he wants to attack his Overwhelm. He might have another Challenger, so he wanted to see what I did.
Find your own light within the darkness. The moon is our queen, the night her kingdom.
Okay, so he doesn't have eye. He needs to do a lot of damage this turn. He must have like a stun. Or at least in.
Master your enemy.
No more hiding. Night descends. Face your heretic.
But it's still lethal. I feel like this is never gonna work. But like if he just wants to stun, at least him would die, right? So he needs to use like, that doesn't do anything, right? He's like guiding touch, I think. Let's go! We beat Lee Sin. I mean, we kind of beat it because no Eye of the Dragon, no? I mean, maybe we have Diana to like challenge it, but I don't think he drew the best. But still, we take it, beating Lee Sin. Zilean, Akshan. Down for this. I'm thinking like, oh, that's not good.
Night flowers upon my blade.
Ooh, free damage.
Rise.
Oh wait, isn't this a Shellfolk deck, man? It's always a Shellfolk deck. This is like the infinite one.
Good people don't look the other way.
Excuse me.
This is justice.
I want to make sure he doesn't play Vagabond, the 3 attack unit. This seems kind of troll, but I feel like I'm kind of down to play Nocturne.
Temperamental as moonlight.
Maybe kind of troll to play this early. It probably is, but it just places a lot of damage right now, and I really don't want to have to like deal with Shellfolk. I'm kind of down to just like push 5 right here. Push at least 3, right? If he has Scrying Sands. Because Akshan is dead. When we get to push 5, I think it's like okay. It feels kind of troll, but maybe it's not. He's gonna want to attack, so I think I'm down to like steal something. Maybe I'm supposed to steal Doom Beasts. I don't like the pranks, but the prank will be like a good Nightfall activator for next turn. And it would save me some health. It doesn't really save me any health, huh? Because he just like poisons that card set. Oh, there we go. True. I think I want to waste the mana. I do lose the challenger though. So if he wants to do that, it's 4 mana. So we can just Tail Cascade the Nocturne.
Tried to blind me with resplendence, but they could not.
Does this give Nightfall or Diana Nightfall? If it doesn't, then we trolled. What the f? 2? I wish I could drag something. I don't attack with this, he just like pings me anyways next turn with this free like poison dart, so this thing always dies. This kinda sucks, but yeah, I should have probably waited for Nocturne. It's a bit too weird of a play. Kinda negates my Doom Beasts too, right, with that silly card. Why is he running that card, by the way? I guess it's like a bit of reach, right? He has time bombs, that's kind of sus. We can actually go pretty wide with fearsomes. Man, I wish I had Nocturne.
What wondrous discoveries await below.
Ooh, okay, this is... Does it ever make sense to go for like Crescent Guardian?
Astounding curiosities lie ahead.
The full moon awakens the soul.
Deep breath now.
I feel like he has a time bomb here. Or that. I don't really care about that, right?
Listen.
Ooh. So I really want to put this down, and then also have this defeating memories. But maybe I just put this one, because it's like a 3 damage overwhelm. Right? Then I can play Stygian.
Must be nice living off stolen coin.
Here's a Pokey Stick, we can see it. But it's 4 mana. And the cool thing is, like, we can actually use this onto one of these things to get extra damage. I think he's poking this. Damn it, if like he only has Pokey Sticks, I think I have to take this. Oh no. Wait, did I do this? What are you looking for, buddy? What are you looking for? Got him. He just wasted wasted his time and my time. By the way, I messed up there though. I think because that card was no, maybe that was fine because I wanted to get this spell out of my hand because he could prank it, whereas he can't prank like the card. The card is gonna do the damage regardless. Whereas the spell, I don't think he could really prank it without us being able to respond with the spell anyways. But just in case, like I feel like you play the spell first, because I don't die to his attack, and if he does any action, we just play the other Doom Beast. Ooh, TF Fizz. Blast from the past. Boom boom. That's fine. Ooh, they probably like Make It Rains, and they have red cards. I don't think we're that favored into this. We have a lot of units with 1 health for some reason. Doesn't seem like the best idea.
They forced us to choose death or the blade.
Also, I wish this card counted as Nightfall. I should like prank this. Isn't that like really good? Oh my god, you mean it cost 2 more?
Temperamental as moonlight.
I gotta get that out of my hand. Oh, if it makes that cost more too, doesn't that fuck us up? Dude. Literally can't play the game. He just pranks us? Please don't get the Stalking Shadows. So cringe, man. Like, why is this shit in the game?
We will resist.
That's so annoying. At least she doesn't have Shellfolk, or she wouldn't probably use all that, right? I don't know.
Forgive me.
Oh, imagine he gets Trinket Trade and gets another Otter. That'd be really fun, right?
Astounding curiosities lie ahead.
Well, honestly, I guess I just play this.
We were peaceful once.
He's completely hairless. Remarkable.
Ooh. Has Overwhelm as well. It's not a bad card. Really not. Well, you could have like a red card here. I might pass thinking I'm gonna go wider because I have a lot of mana left.
Deal me in.
I just goes for it right now. Okay.
Who says I don't share?
Oh, you won't be free.
Like this one, this can get elusive, right?
Whatever the cost.
Oh, I guess it's not. I can't like block unless he does burst speed. Like you need some burst speed to be able to, yeah. So we get what, 7 damage in there? If he plays like a fearsome blocker, oh my god, it's gonna be fucking Shellfolk. At least he can't prank me. Get my card.
Hello.
Am I just down for that? I don't really care, right? Ooh, that's not bad. I feel like this is safer. Like those other ones like are a lot of damage, but it's 1 health, and I feel like I can be countered by like you can be countered by Make It Rain. By the way, he's gonna level up and then give other allies have fearsome. Because of this though, I might have to open up with because he might get a stun here. To be fair, he is taking a while. And if he's I feel like if you get stunned there, you just take it right away. I don't think I can risk it. Like, don't I have like lethal right now if I just open attack?
Shuffle.
I mean, he can get like group shot, I guess. But I have 11 damage if I just attack. If I get both these stunned, isn't that awkward? I'm kind of scared if I don't win this turn. I don't know if I can play around a stun. Like, it's just like one card out of all those. But I get so screwed. But like, I can lose to like Minimorph now. So like, do I have to choose between, do I play around Minimorph or like the stun? I think we just hope he doesn't get stunned. It feels so bad. Like, if he stuns these, I play 2 of these, right? He got the stun, man. That's so crazy. Wait, do they still get it? Like, does he still level up and make everything fearsome? Not anymore. Just a level up evasion on their spell. I mean, he can just block this with this. This is technically lethal. Oh, this will get fearsome and he won't be able to block it, right? I was running out of time, but I was thinking maybe I'm supposed to like steal a 1-drop. Cause I could have stole like an Honor Puss, and I have 1 extra damage fearsome that can't be blocked. Maybe I'm supposed to drag that just so he can't kill my real one, and he gets another attack later. So it kind of sucks because like what's it called? Oh yeah, he drew like those. I mean, I forgot he drew so many cards. What do I have to block if I don't want to die? Don't I just lose? Oh, I guess I can ping that. I probably want the Nightfall effect, so I think I copy. Conch is probably better, right? It's also a drain, which is pretty good. Wait, does this work for like on this thing? To get everything -1 attack? Yes, let's go. Let's go. And he got rid of a Minimorph for the so he can't Minimorph our unit. Oh! Wait, is this winnable? So this is his only fearsome unit, right? So we probably play this. Get rid of the fearsome unit. Oh, we didn't even really need to because like it makes everything less. We should have probably waited. We should have probably played this. Shit. Let's go! Oh my god, that deck is so annoying. It's so cool how that onto dust counts on Nocturne to like reduce the whole board by 1. As soon as he mini-marked, I was like, wait, do we lose? Let's go. This deck is, dude, I love Nocturne. I really wish it wasn't tied to Nightfall though. I think it'd be really cool if Nocturnes was just like you attack with fearsome units in general, like fearsome or Nightfall, so then he could also just be used in fearsome decks. He's such a cool card, but like you can only play him with Nightfall, and it just, I don't know, it just kind of kills the vibe from him. I never really played Nocturne until today, but like he's one of my favorite champions in actual League, and I want to play him more. Nightfall's never really, I mean, Nightfall was in an okay spot a long time ago, and for some reason I never got into it. But ever since then, it's just never really done anything. But if his ability worked with, like if he could level up just off fearsome allies, there could probably be a lot of cool fearsome decks right now. But yeah, it is what it is. Oh, Draven Sion against Nightfall. Maybe we keep this? Cause yeah, we can give this challenger next turn and drag something.
Only a fool would enter battle unprepared. Temperamental as moonlight.
I want to bait him into playing something. I don't think people are that familiar with Nightfall, so they don't really realize, I don't think, sometimes, that I want to play this thing.
Find your own light within the darkness.
Yours is a light I cherish, my sister.
I will.
Maybe he would have played it anyways. You never know.
Got this from a side quest.
What do we do? We need like a Nightfall activator. Down to bank the mana, I think. We can also trigger the challenger we want at any time with this, but we usually want to. We could just use it as draw. Excuse me. Instead of getting the Nightfall effect, just use it as draw and an activator. Probably Stygian. We can always still play Crescent Guardian if we want, but I might want to duplicate this onlooker.
Baby, don't fail me now.
I mean, the only way he can block this is with Rumble, right? He might have like Pokestick, I guess, though, because he's in Bandle. So did I just ever go for the Guardian then? I like the Guardian, I think.
Arise in our time of need.
I have to hope he doesn't have Pokestick, because I want to attack with everything, and if he doesn't have Pokey, then we're getting one of these through. But like,
Rise.
if he goes to Pokey, we'll still copy this, I think.
Back off, baddies.
I was kind of thinking he'd do that, but the only way he'd do this, I think, is if he has Pokey. Or else I don't think you would kill my Diana here. Yeah. Also, what sucks is like, if we just played another one of these, we could have went for a Diana level up with Hail Cascade and actually killed it. So that was probably the play, I guess. Although we do get a lot of attacking with this. No, I would have rather killed this Rumble though. Yeah, probably the correct play was to go for the duplication onto the onlooker. Because this overwhelm will get damage in later, whereas the fearsome really probably won't because of these things. Yeah, I was probably supposed to play this. On that turn, I'm most likely to get the damage in, even through Pokey. Then we play, then we have Diana with Pale Cascade becomes 4 attack because she would get +1/+1, and then she'd level up to turn into 4/4. And then we would kill his Rumble, and then his turn would suck right here. I mean, this is an attack. I think I have to take it. It sucks.
Hit that red line.
Wait, why does he level up, by the way? I thought he had to deal... Oh, he's from a block. Okay, that makes sense. Well, he leveled up from a block. Yeah, so we could have avoided that all by just doing the correct line.
Each act of heresy is an act of passion.
Damn, that'd have been a really good play. So the elusive will go always work here, I think. Let's see, like Whirling Death does, which we do have to attack with everything. Oh, it's perfect card to get, I think. As an activator. Not only the best one. Doom Beast. Oh, he knows we have this. We probably should have played this first. Yeah, man, I really could have just killed that Rumble. And it would have been so good. Well, you live and you learn. I honestly was kind of thinking that he wouldn't have Pokey. I was hoping he wouldn't have Pokey. He'd have to block one of the bigger ones and just kill his Rumble. But I shouldn't have took that risk. And then his Rumble would be dead. And his last turn attack would have been pretty shitty as well. Like, what would he have done? Like, I'd be so healthy. I mean, is he still not playing anything really? He knows that he wants you to play this. So that's kind of interesting. We dragged the Rumble. He probably wants to protect the Rumble, so he ends up Whirling Death. He might have 2 Whirling Deaths, honestly. Can I play around that? Okay, okay, it's just 1 Whirling Death now then. We drag this. This is doing a potential of 2 damage. This should get through unless he does something. This will kill something, I guess. I don't think I attack with Doom Beast because I want to be able to use these onto it. I think. And there's no real reason to attack with Doom Beast, right? Because this is always getting blocked with one of these. This can't be blocked. This can't be.
Come, a new phase awaits.
I don't think it really makes sense to attack with this. Because you just block with that. And then and then we lose our Doom Beast to be able to do onto desks. And then we wouldn't be able to block a fearsome blocker. I think we have to do Onto Dust right now as well. Well, we have it. We might have to block with it next turn. And we might not have a Nightfall activator. And we can draw into a potential one, I guess. We're getting them pretty low. Stalking's pretty good. If we get like Doom Beast, we're Bing chilling.
We're on fire.
Too hot to stop.
Doom Beast!
Drive train.
Engaged.
Doesn't have any healing, right, in the deck? I think we're chilling. Yeah, so we make sure to block things just because I think the only way we lose this game is like taking a bunch of unnecessary damage for no reason. So we block most things. That's a decent amount of damage. But we should just be fine with a simple. We can play this. Like if he can't get rid of this. Actually, I should have just attacked with this first. I was thinking maybe we go wider than him, but I don't know if we do. I think I just attack with this so he can't do some weird whirling death. Because he might just win right here. There we go. And if we didn't, then we play the Doom Beast after. Nice.
We speak, and they will hear us.
Yeah, just spamming all the Doom Beasts is pretty silly. Like we had Doom Beast, then we had Stalking Shadows and another Doom Beast. We played 2 more. And then we had those Onto Dusks, whatever, which did 2 more Doom Beasts. So we we ended up healing like 10 and dealing 10 in burn. That's nuts.